this is Juliana Avdeeva here. Welcome to the 16th episode of Avdeeva Shostakovich project, and I'm very happy to share with you this amazingly beautiful B-flat minor Prelude and Fugue from 24 Preludes and Fugues Opus 87 by Dmitri Shostakovich. So this is again this absolutely extraordinary beauty in which we hear in this pair. This is probably also one of the longest one in the cycle, and according to Tatiana Nikolaeva in her critical edition, she is mentioning that Dmitri Shostakovich himself was extremely proud about this particular prelude because it's the only prelude which is composed in a variation form. So this is the theme. A string trio or quartet formation is playing this, and then first variations. Already Shostakovich is accelerating. So we have the quarters in the beginning, also very clear, let's say, polyphonic structure here. Then we have the first variation in 8 notes, where still these hidden melodic notes, or sometimes less hidden, they are always audible. Then the next variation is in triplets. Where is it? Here, the triplets. And then, of course, also we have the 16th note. So we have always in each step is going faster. The 16th variation is particularly special. Also, according to Nikolaeva, Shostakovich was hearing here a cello section playing very expressively. So basically the right hand here is definitely only a kind of ornamentation here. And then after this ray of light, very subtle ray of light, we're back in the original motion. Waters. So having a kind of arc. Very low B flat. This is the subject of the B-flat minor fugue. For me, from the very first moment when I was starting playing this fugue, this is the perfect musical description of loneliness. I don't know why, maybe because of this long, lamenting, recitativo-like character. I cannot explain this, but this somehow it's when the heart is literally, it pains because you feel so lonely. the natural minors, of course, we have adagio. Look, we have adagio, also very different type of writing. We have triplets. The first note is endless. Then we have this very violence and recitative. It feels like a little aria, maybe by by Bach or something like this. Very free, and at the same time very strict. What is also very unique about this fugue that we will only have the natural key, natural scales here, and there will be no chromatic development, no chromatic notes in here, which also gives a very certain character to this fugue. It's actually in 3 parts, so this is the alto entering. So as you maybe you have noticed that this subject was also in B flat minor. So Shostakovich literally is somehow he's capsuled in this B flat minor, and I'm sure he does it on purpose. And as you hear, also the contrast subject is actually a kind of prolongation of the subject in my in my opinion. And this is this lamenting, very lonely feeling which is all over in this fugue, with the entrance of the major subject in D flat major. We have a little bit different feeling, maybe a memory on something this warmer feeling a little bit, but somehow, I don't know, maybe that's my speculation because I don't know, but it might be that Shostakovich on some days, in some certain, let's say, moments, although he was always surrounded by so many people, but in his heart he felt so lonely. So this is, I think, for me, the description of this fugue. The fugue means that we have several parts which are always involved, but every single one somehow feels inside, in the soul, very, very lonely. There will be also some heartbreaking moments for me. So moving. In the recap, we will have, you guessed it, stretto in the 2 voices first. So we have the sopran and the alto. us to the, I think that for me personally, the climax of this fugue is in immersion. It's somehow it's collapsing inside of it. So we have the stretto where all four voices will take part. This is where it ends. And what happens then? Turns it to B flat major. It sounds maybe a little bit in the Schubert way, you know, when Schubert in the end of the very depressive piece he gives this light, but you don't really know, is this the light, is it from this world or is it already something above it? In any case, this is one of the most fascinating, very beautiful preludes and fugues of the Opus 87, and I very strong feel about it, and I hope that I could share a little bit of this fascination with you. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great week. See you next Thursday. Bye bye.